Okay, here I am, the filtering process. This is my filter setup. I have, sitting on the flask, I have a plastic bowl with some holes drilled in the bottom. That serves as a base, a funnel of sorts. The bottom fits just nicely right on the bottom. It's nice and level. It's a good base. The little handheld colander that I've removed the handle from. I just took like a hacksaw and cut the handle off. The handle made it very unlevel. It caused a couple of spills before I realized taking that handle off would give it more stability. Alright, so here we are, we're set up. Empty flask. Okay, now here's our solution from the foils, the dirty foils we had. It was nice and dirty, had a lot of leaves, a lot of trash in it. Just very unhealthy looking. When we get done though, it's going to be nice and clean. This is a gravity type system, so there's no vacuum involved. A nice vacuum setup would be great, and I'm in the works of actually making one from scratch, basically putting it together on my own. So I've left a lot of trash in the bottom of this flask. A lot of that trash didn't move when I poured it out, and there's no foils left. It's just leaves and dirt and plastic. Now before this gets done, I'm going to rinse this trash out, get the last little bit of solution out of there that I can. Granted, when you do have a lot of trash like that in a filter, it clogs the filter and slows it down quite a bit. I've wet this down with some water. This will be the last bit to go into the filter, because if I dump this in there now, it would just stop where it was. It wouldn't move anymore. Now here's the filter. As you can see, it's down to a single drip. And it'll take minutes, several minutes, for this to completely filter. And what I did was I tilted this colander up on its side a little, so I can move it around and find a clean spot of filter, and it exposes a new clean spot of the filter. I can, as that spot gets dirty, I rotate it, set it back in on another clean spot. That does speed it up a little. It's still very slow. But you do what you must. The solution that comes out will be nice and clear. It's nice and yellow. And after it's all filtered, I'll let it settle to get any heavy residue that made it through the filter, and then I'll filter it again just to be sure. If enough time has passed by, I'll go ahead and do the drop, and if not, if there's still a strong chlorine smell, I'll warm it up. I'll put it in a coffee pot and warm it up, and it'll dry that chlorine out. Then when it cools, I'll add the SMB, get my drop, wash it with some nice clean muriatic acid, boil it in some acid, boil it in some water, dissolve the powder, drop it with SMB again, repeat the washes, and I should have some really pure gold. Really pure. But anyway, that's the filter process, and you can see that when I first started, well, this is how much is filtered out so far. And it's been 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. So it's pretty slow process. And like I said, if I as long as I got time, I can stand here and move this filter around into a new spot and speed it up a little. But I really don't have that kind of time right now. So I'm going to end this. I'm going to let this filter. I'm going to let it settle. Put this in a catch pan, and I'll get back when I get the powder out, and I'll show you how to dissolve the powder and refine it on down into some really high carat gold.